Hey, welcome back to my channel, starkidignited. It's been a hot minute, and by hot minute I mean 2 years and 2 months, 3 months, 2 months. I like the double two. Okay, so this is going to be a collective message for 2023 January. Pardon me. This will be timeless, so it doesn't really matter. But that is when I'm recording this, so if you see it around then, good for you. If not, it is meant to find you when it's meant to find you. I am going to be using the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards. Now, I will be offering personal readings with cards and astrology a lot more to the public over the next few months and following years. If you would like to get a reading with me, please go find me on TikTok or Instagram. Alternatively, I can pop my email down below and just shoot me an email and I can shoot you the prices and we can get organized. But let's go on with the reading. So, Divine Spirit of light and love, can we please get one energy for the current, one card for the current energy for the collective? Can we please get one card? Okay, we have 2 cards. Alrighty. So the first card that we get for the collective is, for the current energy, is disengage from outcomes in the reverse. So the card says, let's let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. So this is in reverse. So something has been lost. Yeah, it feels like we're not allowing ourselves to let go of something that is naturally needing to leave our lives. We might be very attached to the outcomes. And it looks like, I think what Spirit is trying to say with this card is that there is a higher purpose, there is a bigger plan for you, there is something better. You may be overly fixated on something that you wanted, because we can get really excited when we feel an energy of something new that we're like, wow, that's fantastic, that's what I want. But we tend to quickly then associate a lot of stories. We put a lot of barriers and parameters around what we want then, like exactly how it needs to play out. And that actually gets in the way of the manifestation because we might be getting something better. There is divine timing at work. Some things take a bit longer. Sometimes we have to go around a corner to kind of spiral back around and up to what we want. So we'll keep that in mind for the current energy. The other card was in the upright, replace what is lost. And just saw 333. So you now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. So that's fabulous. Number 12, and we have 48 breaking down into a 12 as well, 3-3. And we have a wonderful pink starfish. So yeah, it feels like currently we might there might be a portion of the collective that is kind of caught in their emotions. Now you might be saying like, no, I'm not very emotional. Caught in your emotions can also be avoiding your emotions. Avoiding your emotions and needing to constantly do, like stuff your brain with ideas, thoughts, people, conversations, because you don't want to sit and just allow the water to take you. So keep that in mind, because we cannot replace what is lost. We cannot find the new hidden treasure when we're focused back at something that we're not getting. And it might not even be that we're not getting it, as I said. Or if we're not getting it, it might be for our highest good. Okay, so what's the past energy that's led up to this for the collective? Why? I asked for 1 card for each, and I'm getting many. That's okay. All right, so the past... we've got 4. Okay, no. I'll take up to Up to 3 if I have to, but can we get 1 card for the past energy? Alright, so the past that's led up to this, we have blend into the environment. So this card, we have a giant octopus with purple and blue. So we see a lot of third eye energy. So seeing, but the octopus also tends to cling on to things. It can move very quickly, but it also does tend to hold on to things. So we'll keep that in mind. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what is going on around you and adapt accordingly. Okay, so that gives me the impression that in the past, so this could have to do with a job or career. In the past, we're needing to blend into our environment. We're needing to flex our adaptability and show just how resilient we can be by calling in all our different resources, all our different skills, and kind of doing what we need to do to get through. The octopus has a lot of brains, I'm pretty sure, so that's kind of awesome. It's almost like using your different brains to master different parts of the world, your environment, not the world. So there was a very patient energy, a very watch and wait energy in the past, which is awesome. But we can see that Spirit is trying to remind you that if something's not working out right now in the current energy, something that was lost that was so much more for you is trying to come through. But you do need to disengage from the outcomes, and I know that's a challenge. I know it can be really hard, but let's see what the future energy has for us. This is exciting. Can we get 1 card for the future upcoming energy? Spirit, can we please get 1 card for the upcoming? Okay. Alright, so upcoming, we have the eel. So the last card was a 36, so a 9. This one's a 41, so a 5. So we have reflect on the way you communicate with others and yourself. Be sure to express your thoughts and feelings from your heart and with respect and sincerity. Okay, so I love this as a future card. I feel like that is a reminder that whatever beautiful thing you have been moving towards and getting yourself ready for, in the future energy, it's going to be very important the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak to others. We create our reality through the way we speak to ourselves, obviously. If you don't know that, please look it up more. And it's very important to say what you mean what you say, and don't say it mean. So that might be ensuring that you're really addressing negative talk in the future, whether it's to you or others. Maybe you're stepping into a role that requires more responsibility and leadership. So you're needing to, step up your communication to reflect that you are taking on a new role. You need to be able to accurately convey your meaning in the highest, best way possible. Yes. Is there any further messages? Yeah, so I think as well, just making sure that you're staying really grounded in the future and you're speaking from the heart. That's just going to be the most important thing. We are in a Mercury Retrograde while I'm recording this. It is about to end, which is fantastic. I'm going to release a video on an astrologer's perspective on Mercury Retrograde, because I think it just gets like torn through the trenches and a lot of people don't actually understand the medicine of it. They know that technology doesn't work and everything shit, but that's, yeah, you're not gonna get the juice from it if you're looking at just the surface level. So that could be something as well, just making you may be re-clarifying, maybe editing, maybe putting something out there that you've spent a lot of time going over, and you really want to make sure that your message is conveyed how you want it. Okay, so for our next card, we will have, so what support is there to lean on in this time? What support? What support? Please get one card of supportive energy. What is coming in? Alright. Okay, so we have two cards. The first card is 35, which breaks down to an 8 in numerology. 3 plus 5 is an 8. Help appears in various forms. So we have, there is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift, you forget to look to the support systems that are with you continually. That's beautiful. And I'm really noticing that like rainbow sheen on that fish. And that almost reminds me of like our divinity. You might be feeling separated from your connection to everything that you are. What I mean by that is your guides, your higher self, your inner knowing, that place in yourself where you validate yourself, where you love yourself, and things come easily, swiftly. And I don't want to disillusion you. Obviously, this means that there's help in various other forms as well. But the reason I get you to focus on the inside first is because when we truly believe that we have this divine power and connection, that we're this biological computer set to God's frequency or source's frequency, and we start talking to ourselves in that voice, that help starts to appear in physical forms that we don't even need to look for. We don't need to push upstream. We create a magnetic portal through our intentions and our love, and being like, wow, I really love myself. Like, I know I want to do this. I know I believe in myself. I know I'm connected to you, God, like, or, and, source or universe, like, I've done this much work, meet me halfway. It's really believing that, and then looking for the help and taking action. When people offer you something, you say yes. If it's, in your highest and best, but be discerning, but pay attention to things that are trying to help you. The second card for the support that we have is total submersion. So we're diving deep. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. Okay, but yeah, so that's like a good, like, dive in, let's go. We're down here and we're going to help you as soon as you do. Diving into your emotions, not being afraid of them, seeing them for the divine assistance that they are. Like, if you're feeling horrible, if you're feeling shit, what is happening in your life? Like, it's not something external. It doesn't have to be that, like, for example, like, you're like, oh, I had a bad family upbringing and that's why my life is shit, kind of thing. No, like, yes, while that may be true, we need to look at those emotions for what they're showing us. Like, why right now am I feeling this way? Like, I might be a 26-year-old person. That stuff's not happening anymore. Why right now? What can I do right now? Where are my emotions leading me right now? When I just sit and I'm still with them, where does the water want to naturally flow to? And then wherever that hobby, passion thing is, submerge yourself. Allow yourself to be taken in the current. Go with it. It's probably that feeling, that spark you've been missing. And remember that current energy. Disengage from the outcome. Like, sometimes we don't have to have the whole plan figured out. We just need to have anchored in the energy that we want to feel. And the pieces start falling. The more that we follow it, the more that we show spirit that, yep, I'm going to do this. Okay, let's go. it doesn't have to be like, you know, like record scratch, quit my job, leave my house. Like, I've done that. And it's fun. Like, if you need to do that, do that. But it's a harder way to go. Sometimes being patient, looking for the signs, trusting spirit is a much less bumpy way. But sometimes we need to learn the rocky way as well. I definitely did. Okay, so now what do we need to release? So what are we maybe not looking at? What could be getting in the way here? What do we need to release? What does the collective need to release? What needs to be released? Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we have 3 cards again. Woo, let's go. So the first card, which is awesome because of current energy added up to 2 3s, we've got 33. Like most beautiful card of the deck, which is let your personality shine. You have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. So we are needing to release comparison with others. Let them do them, gal or fella. And stop doubting yourself. The quickest way to make yourself shrink is to compare yourself to someone else and then be like, well, I can't do that. Or it goes like right down. It honestly does not matter. Just ignore it. Focus on what you can do. Let your personality shine. Fall in love with what makes you special. And most of all, what we're releasing, comparing to others. And I've got 2 more of releasing cards, so keep that in mind. The next we have is be insightful and established. So ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or future. Awesome. So releasing living in the past, living in the future. Living in the future, attaching to outcomes, deciding how things are going to be, making a plan, like making a plan with bricks when like in your mind kind of thing, when like it's an energy right now and it could be coming in such a better way than like kind of the old way we're envisioning it. Yeah, really quick analogy. Someone 30 years ago imagining like, oh, I want a house to live in that my kids will live in forever, and it's going to be, you know, this kind of little brick structure and it's going to be the perfect size. But like maybe that would have been a perfect house 30 years ago, but nowadays that would not work. And maybe back then that person couldn't afford to buy that house they wanted, but it drove them to be like, I will save up, I will be able to buy this one day. In 15 years they're then able to buy a house, but it's 5 times better and built for the time that they're living in, and will long outlast the other house that they were going to buy. So I know that's a weird way of saying it, but yes, don't attach to the future, don't attach to the past. And don't compare yourself to your past self. As in, like, look, we can all use our past experiences and things to drive us and to make us better, but always remember that you are everything that you have ever been and ever will be right now, in the present, the magical present. So don't do the whole like, oh, I was so much better when I did. No, because that doesn't actually matter. Like, you are all those things, you have all those capabilities now. Whatever you did back then, you can do now, and you have however much more experience, wisdom, love to share. Like, everything is in divine timing. So really feel into trusting that and stay in the present. The present is where everything magical happens. So yes, we're releasing comparison to others, attaching to the future and the past. And then the last card for releasing is gentle moderation. So we need to release rushing ourselves. I've wanted to do this video for months, but I have been divinely told, wait, You know, I've had to tend my own garden before doing this, and it's so exciting. But good things come to those who wait. So if you're needing to be moderate with yourself, know that that's actually spirit wanting you to lay the foundation in the most perfect way. And it might not seem perfect to you because you're like, there's all these delays. What are you talking about? I could have had $1 million by now. No. So like you could have had $1 million and then be sued for 5 million. Like who knows? Gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you're trying to accomplish. So this might also be being honest with yourself and renegotiating a goal, dream, or plan. Especially if you're someone who's young, when we get inspired, we tend to think like, well, okay, I want to do this all now and I'm going to make it all happen and blah, blah, blah. And that's awesome. Sometimes it's the right time for that and you can do that and that's great. But other times there will be random things that are going to slow you up. There might be something that you're needing to kind of review, fix over before it is in its final form, kind of thing. We all know how frustrating it was in school when you're like, write a story or something and they're like, yep, go edit it, proofread it, and you're like, but I wrote it. And your teacher would make you do that like 2 or 3 times, but the final product was something you're so much more proud of than what you're first trying to accomplish. So remember that. Also, as I said earlier, bite-sized pieces. If it's too big a challenge, or if it's too intimidating, how can you make it into 3? How can you break it down? How can you get one ball rolling, make that roll consistently, and then do the others? Trying to do 3 at once, it's not that these things can't be done, but sometimes it's just overwhelming ourselves without need. So yeah, be gentle with yourself. All right. So thank you so much, Whispers of the Ocean cards. I am now going to pull top hand. Angel Advice. So I'm going to get an Archangel Michael card of advice for the collective. I will then pull a Light Worker Oracle card from the Work Your Light deck. And finally, we will get one last card from the Dreamtime Oracle by Laura Baum, which I'll read out of the book. So. Archangel Michael, we thank you for being here. We thank you for delivering us divine messages of truth, of light and love. Is there any further advice here for the collective at this time? Can we please get one card of advice for the collective? Can you please get one card of advice for the collective at this? Is there any further messages for the collective? Okay. So yes, we have my 2 favorite colors, green and purple, green and purple. Okay. So I feel like these are 2 groups. 1, 2, A, B, whichever you like. You can have both messages if you like, but if you have a certain question or you have a certain hope or dream, you can assign one to one pile. I'll read one first. So the first we have is, oh my goodness, there's 3 here. Okay. So the first we have for group 1, magic. You might be getting something that divides and becomes more. So we have unexpected blessing, gift from heaven. Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key. This sacred key gives you an unexpected blessing from heaven. Okay. We have 3 gifts of light: white light, delight, and lightheartedness. Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key. This sacred key brings you the 3 gifts of light. They allow you to feel joy in your heart and live happily in the here and now. And finally, we have grounding. Be here, be now, belong. Archangel Michael highlights the importance of grounding so that you can be truly present in the here and now. As we said earlier, and especially in the upcoming energy, lots of needing for grounding. Be gentle with yourself, slow down, but ground into the energy. Anxiety, excess energy, feeling scattered, feeling all of that. Put your bare feet on the ground and thank Mother Earth for taking it from you. Be like, give it to someone who's depressed, who needs this extra energy. I've got too much. And feel her loving, warming, grounding feeling draw you into the earth and make you feel anchored. Okay, so pile 2B, whichever you decided. Okay, so this is just 2 cards. So your first card is Resilience, Angel Wings. Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key. The sacred key unlocks your etheric wings, allowing your heavenly qualities and gifts to bloom. Now is the time. Now you can feel your wings actually. I know it's kind of like, it's like feeling a chakra, but you'll feel it more on the sides of your spine in the middle of your back, opening. It's almost like a heart chakra feeling, but from the back. So yeah, when you're grounding, pay attention for that. That's very exciting. You've earned your wings. And your last card of advice from Archangel Michael is Self-Energy, Sever Energetic Cords. So Archangel Michael delivers powerful healing to sever energetic cords of attachment and rebalance your energy fields. So you may need to be honest with yourself about certain relationships that are draining you, certain people, certain cords of attachment that you've allowed to exist or continue when you know they shouldn't be, but they do drain you. You can tell if something drains you if when you think about it, you don't feel energetic, you feel worse. If you think about someone and they instantly give you energy, then like it's a mutual exchange of energy. And like, look, you can make your own decisions, but you may need to sever some energetic cords, especially as you come into your spiritual gifts more. The brighter your light is, the more certain people will feel that and want access to your energy. So just protect it. Protect your inner child. Okay, where are we? All right. So can we please get a card of advice for the light worker? Can we please get a card of advice from the light worker? So we have Keepers of the Earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And we can see the moon, some beautiful wings, wolves, eagles, elephants. I think it's a cougar or a panther. Mountains all united behind her. All these ancestors and energies sending love, protection, their strength, their wisdom. Now this was in reverse, so I can tell that we may be feeling alone at this time. If you're feeling disconnected, your ancestors are reminding you that they're with you, that you're a keeper of the earth. You have a sacred mission. There's a reason that you love and care for the things that you do. Don't give up. And if you're going through a time of solitude where you're needing to do a lot of healing and leveling up, be patient with yourself and allow it to happen. You're not alone. You have help and guidance, and it will be worth it. It won't be forever. This time will pass. But for now, just know that even if you are alone physically, you have so many guides and helpers who are sending you love and messages. Okay, now our final card. Okay, so can we please get one final message? I live on Minjin land in Australia. I do acknowledge that the traditional owners of the land, past, present, and future, have not been acknowledged in our country, and I thank them for everything that they've done to this land, and that we are even able to exist on here today. So can we please get a message of loving guidance in the Dreamtime Oracle? Thank you. So we have waterfall, release. A waterfall is strong and powerful, and much water flows down its rocky face. There are two waterfalls known as the Twin Waterfalls near where I live. They fall from the Dorrigo Plateau into the valley below. Communication involves ideas being shared and discussed. When said with anger, words tumble forward, falling with such force that they can hurt and destroy those around them. Rather than let your emotions explode, allow your emotions and feeling to fall, roll, and flow out regularly, almost continuously. Sharing your thoughts, feelings, and ideas is really important at this time. Whether through the spoken word or even the written word, you need to communicate the overflowing that the waterfall card indicates you are feeling emotionally at this time. We've had a lot of getting in touch with our emotions. So do not let your emotions build up. Say how you feel and be honest with those around you. There is a possibility for arguments and emotional outbursts when you pull this card, but just speak honestly and openly and allow others to do the same. The emotions, with controlled release, flow with strength and purpose. Communication is the gift the waterfall holds. That's so important as well. To not explode. To be our own guru, be our own guide, be the first one that we speak to, be the first one that we, kind of like emotionally release with, if it is something very highly charged. Because with a day or two of reflection, we often feel very differently. We understand more of the situation. Even if we still feel the same way, or maybe, still not feeling great about it, we've allowed perspective to kind of come in. And so, as the card says, allowing emotions to flow, but with personal accountability, I would say. Okay, collective, so thank you so much. I want to thank your guides, my guides, our higher selves, spirit, angels, our ancestors for showing up, and the universe, divine source, for being here and bringing us all together. I hope you have a fantastic January. I will do another collective message in the next week or two, and I will have sign readings coming out as well. And as I said, personal readings will be being offered as well. So if you'd like to get one, if there's something on your mind, if you just need another person to kind of, fill things out with, shoot me an email, shoot me a DM, and we'll get working together. Until next time, thank you so much.